Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we are actually going to be taking a look at a Call of Duty set. This is the Black Ops 4 Standoff. So before we actually look at the set itself, let's take a look at that box. This box is styled very similar to that of the ODST Ambush. We can see the 4 figures down in the front, kind of facing off. You can see all the parts and whatnot. Inside we have this kind of world map with different colors to show the different sides, and the figures come packaged in this kind of blister setup so you can see everything. On the back you can see some more sets and all of the stuff that comes in the set, and then another picture of the figures. And what's kind of funny is if you look really closely at this set here, he actually has his shoulder armor on upside down. Yeah, so I mean, it's nothing special and has once again the overly clear box art. The instructions have the same art and more advertisements and upside down shoulder armor man. You know, pretty standard. Okay, before we look at these figures, I have to say I literally have no idea who these characters are. Well, I think, is this guy Frank Woods? And I think one of these guys' name is Ruin, but I haven't played Call of Duty. I'm not really a Call of Duty fan at all. So I'm going to be looking at this set purely from how things look and not from any story basis at all. I do know that all of these are named characters, but that's just about it. So we'll take a closer look at the figures in a second. Real quick, let's take a look at these extras. We get a kind of marbled gold bronze box. You do not really get anything to put in that box unless you take some gear from the figures. And then there is this awesome Riot Shield, which is 3 parts. This in the center section right here is actually a 2x2 plate tile. To get it out, you'd have to poke a pin or something through there. And then the window also is removable. You put it on by having the figure grab the handle, and then you fold it around and it kind of clips onto the forearm, and it gives them plenty of cover. Here is the first figure, and like I said, I think this is Frank Woods, but I don't actually know who Frank Woods is, so that's just a name and means nothing to me. He has this, I'm guessing it's a grenade launcher of some sort, and it looks really cool. Actually, I really like this weapon, and he holds it really well. It's got kind of a stock, very unique looking, and it's a really nice accessory. And I feel like you could probably stick this on Halo figures and it would not look out of place. The figure himself is not overly complicated. Red and gray. His torso is actually half printed red, and he's got a little red dot on his kind of button section, but that's not really supposed to be there. He's got this big backpack, which I have never seen before, and I really like it actually. It just looks like a hiking backpack. It's got some connection points. It looks very nice, and I suppose you could try and slip something small in there if you really felt like it. There's the back. He's got kind of a suspender type harness, knee pads, which these are actually made out of rubber. He's got a thigh strap with a pouch on it. And then let me remove his head and remove the neck scarf, which is a squishy kind of rubber piece. So you can see his head. That's a pretty nice head. The print is pretty well done. He kind of looks like a motorcycle guy. He looks like he would ride motorcycles. And you can actually remove his bandana and swap it out for any other headgear that uses this kind of T-shaped connection. And he comes with a stand that has a very ugly set of words on it. Next, we have, I believe this is the guy that is on the Frank Woods dude's side. I don't know why these dudes are fighting or what, but he comes with a rifle of some sort to do the fighting with that has a connection point here to attach it to like these points on the vest. So for instance, if you wanted to, you could take this big backpack and in theory, yeah, plug it in on the side like that, which is very nice. And it's also got a rail on the top. So if you have something like this scope, you could pop it on. This scope does not come in the set. I just happen to have it laying around and I really like that look. That's pretty nice. The character himself, who again, if people know the names of these characters, you can go ahead and let me know in the comments because I'm totally clueless. But he comes pretty loaded out. He's got 2 flashbangs, kind of a pilot harness, 2 leg straps. His lower legs are actually Titan legs from the Destiny line. And his arms are all tattooed up. His head is printed very nicely as well. He's got kind of scars showing through that really close shaved hair. And he's got some dark glasses and some sort of communications headset. That's nice. Very cool. This is just a really good looking figure overall. And even though I don't know who this is supposed to be, I really like the way he looks. Moving to the other side of this conflict, we have this dude who I think this is Ruin, but I completely do not know. Don't quote me on that. And somebody tell me in the comments who this is. He has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece gun. So you can take the barrel off, take this handle off the barrel, take the stock off, and take the scope off. And the scope could be used on that other rifle that we looked at earlier. So that's pretty cool. Lots of customization options. Again, these guys are all really, really loaded out. He's got a knife, just a simple combat knife that can be clipped, in theory, there we go, onto his strap. He has kind of another one of those rubber knee pads. Pouch here. This is actually Destiny Hunter shoulder armor. That's pretty cool. He has a pilot harness, but this one came out kind of broken. And like I actually pulled it straight out of the box like this. So that's pretty unfortunate and looks kind of bad. But to get it replaced, you would basically have to ask for an entire replacement figure. The feet also come off. I didn't show you that on the Frank Woods dude, but he has the same type of feet. This guy has a more familiar backpack. And let's go ahead and take his head off and then pop it back on. There's the scarf, kind of ragged. And this guy looks very Viking-esque. He's got tattoos on his head, kind of a mohawk. My only complaint about that face is the fact that the skin is so shiny. He looks like he's covered in oil. Like that kind of messes up the human look because he's so shiny. But aside from that, he looks pretty cool. And you could easily use that head to make a custom Viking. Last up, we have another guy who, once again, I really can't tell you the name of this character because I have literally no clue. He has what seems to be some sort of a shotgun, and that is 3 parts, the barrel, the stock, and the handle. And then we've got the character himself, and he has some pretty cool stuff going on. He's got a printed knee pad here, one of those rubber knee pads here, and then a leg strap, and then one of these really cool kind of angular containers. The rubber knee pad does kind of get in the way of posing the leg up straight because of the the knee pad that's on the leg, but it's not too limiting and it looks very cool. His shoulders are kind of molded with some armor, so he doesn't actually need shoulder armor at all. He's got a belt of what seems to be grenades and then an extra one that you can stick on there. And this chest piece is actually from Cade 6 from the Destiny line. And I don't know that it's appeared many other times, but it appears in this greenish color here. This guy has another rubbery neck scarf, and if we take that off, that's a pretty nice head. He's got a very intense expression. It's not too shiny, I don't think. And, you know, it's just good looking. And the fact that it's a darker skinned head, just ignoring the fact that this is a named character, a darker skinned head is just really nice to get, because having just the same skin tone for all of the Mega Construx figures gets old after a while. Well, there you have it. That is the Black Ops 4 Standoff. Now, I probably have annoyed some of you who know who these characters are, and what these weapons are, but I really have no clue. I got this set because there is a lot of stuff here that can be used to make custom figures, and just straight out of the package, all of these guys look very cool, even if you don't know who they are. And to me, I think that makes it a very good set, because people can enjoy it even without being a fan of the game. The typical retail price, I believe I've seen it for $15. That's not set in stone, so don't quote me on that. You can find it at a range of prices. I actually got this one for $5 from Five Below. Five Below sometimes stocks these, so if you're a Call of Duty fan, or if you just are like me and want some cool figures to have for customs, then I would definitely recommend, if you have a Five Below near you, checking that out, because this is a very solid little set despite some kind of weird flaws like the broken strap there and weirdly shiny skin. Overall, it's a really solid set, and I definitely recommend you pick one up if you can find it.